Yeah, I guess just you see Dame go down and sit there on the floor as you guys go back on defense. Just kind of what goes through your mind.
Um, um, I'll say, you see like your team and being down. First thought is like, come on, get up, get up, get up. And it took some time. Being down, he couldn't get up. And then you're like, okay, let's see. The head trainer goes out there, the physio goes out there to kind of check what it is. But the moment you see a player like getting up and he's like limping, and he cannot walk on his own, you kind of know that he's serious, especially for a guy like Dame that um, he's a competitor. He wants to play in big games. He wants to help the team win. When you see like a guy like that not able to walk on his own, you kind of this might be serious, and then you just hope like that is the best case scenario, and we just until now we just hope that is the best case scenario for him, for himself. Um, that's pretty much it. It's tough.
I know both Ryan Rollins and KPJ had kind of talked about while Dame was out, he was really trying to pour into them and help them out. I guess just now as a teammate, how do you maybe try to pour into him, knowing that this is a crummy injury and might not obviously be able to come back? Like just to be able to support him, how do you try to do that?
To Dame or to
Yeah, to Dame.
yeah, you gotta talk to him, as much as you can. Um, I'll be honest with you. Like if I was in his position, I like, oh, I really don't care about like what people think and what people say. Like you want to play, you want to help your team win, and for sure, you kind of accept everybody's like support and prayers. But I think Dame wants anybody feeling bad for him. Like I wouldn't want anybody feeling bad for myself. But at the end of the day, I think everybody's going to, pray for him, support him, be there for him, talk to him. And he's part of our team. He's our leader. And no matter what the outcome is, we're going to be there for him.
Going into the next game, you had a short turnaround, right? You got to go on the road, as Doc said. Bobby's like, hey, it's singular. It's one game to play another one. So how do you help your teammates in that way as a leader to say, okay, it's for sure win or go home, but to kind of focus and dial in on the task at hand and not, as you said, feel bad for a teammate, even though you want to, but you got to kind of move forward.
I think everybody in the locker room know what the deal is. Got to go in Indiana, play some good basketball. Obviously, we don't have Dame, but the next guy got to step up. We got to do what we got to do. Move the ball, play together, try to win the game, and come back.
Is there anything you can take from going into game one? I mean, just a few days ago, you didn't think Damian would play at all with his previous injury. So can you look at what Ryan was able to do, AJ, Scoot, what Gary's done in the last couple games? But again, it wasn't that long ago. So can you kind of go back to that? Or is it totally different because it's a series and they kind of know what you guys are doing?
We played like 10 games at the end of the season without Dame, and I think Ryan and Scoot and the guys that played, I think they did a great job just stepping up and filling that void. The great basketball players, they know how to play the game. They know what we're trying to accomplish. We've won games together. So at the end of the day, somebody got to step up and fill that void of Dame. Obviously it's hard. Dame's one of the best players in the league, active Hall of Famer. But we know the deal. We got to go in there and play good basketball, win the game.
Giannis, this is the fourth year in a row that you guys have had a serious injury affect your season. Just mentally, how do you kind of try to deal with that bad luck?
I don't believe in bad luck, man. I'm too blessed to believe in bad luck. No, come on. I think everything happens for a reason, and Obviously I wish Dame the best. We love him. We're gonna support him. But yeah, we just gotta keep on moving forward, man. Next guy up. Somebody gotta step up and play good basketball and try to win the game.
Giannis, just how much did you appreciate the effort that Dame had to get back on the court and play in this series anyway? Clearly didn't look 100%.
I have so much respect for him. So much respect for him, Dealing with what he was dealing with what he's dealing the whole year. Then finding out 8-10 games, nobody's calf. And then, staying in shape, fighting through, spending extra hours, working on his body, working on his game, being able to come back in game 2, game 3, help us win the game. But not just that, he's been so much, vocal, we watch film, he's pulling everybody together. I always had respect for Dame before we became teammates, but now my respect level is much higher. I respect him, man. I respect him a lot.
Just because of everything you saw him go through the last month to get back on the floor, just how much tougher was it to see what happened today if it had been just any other player, just having seen what he'd already gone through leading up to this moment?
Obviously, seeing anybody going through something like that is tough. You don't want anybody to get hurt. Maybe you don't know how severe the injury is. You just wish for the best case scenario. But again, it doesn't matter if your teammate, if your opponent. You never want to see somebody get hurt because, I think we put so much time and effort in our job and try to be healthy and try to help our team. You don't want to go down, because you don't know how it's going to affect your career moving forward. But at the same time, now talking about my teammate Dame, I've seen, the last 2 years that we've been teammates, things that he's been through on the court and off the court. As I said previously, I have so much respect for him. A lot of people don't see, what Dame had to deal with. But we're, around him every single day, and it's hard. It's hard being in his position. But the man, he's one of the mentally toughest guys I've ever been around, and that's why he is who he is. And I believe he's going to overcome every obstacle that's going to be in front of him. Everybody going to be there for him, and no matter what the obstacle is for him, he's going to overcome it, and we're going to help him overcome it.
You guys have been through so much in the past few years during the playoffs, and now you're down 3-1, and you're looking like you're without Dame. Everybody finds resilience in different places. Where do you find resilience to take the next steps?
It's I try not to put as much as emotion to the game. No matter what is in front of me, whatever I'm dealing with, I try not to put emotion to the game because I feel like the moment you start putting emotion to the game, you can't be consistent. I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing my whole career. Taking care of my body, prepping myself mentally, and go out there and try to play basketball. I don't try to seek resilience or extra motivation from anything. There's no emotion, there's no extra juice. I'm juiced up. I don't need no extra juice, man. I kind of need to get rid of some juice that I have. But what I've realized throughout my career, I don't look for extra motivation. I don't. I try to keep the emotion out of basketball. Go out there, do my job. I get paid a lot of money to do this. I'm extremely blessed, and I love playing in high pressure situation. I love facing adversity in my life. So, this is another opportunity to go out there and play basketball and try to get a win.